Hello, everybody. Hi, this is Queena again. Welcome to episode 31. And today we're going to talk about some news, which is very interesting, right? Basically, there's a debate, between Emin Gan Cyril and Digor Gutierrez Diva, on whether cryptocurrencies are a good store of value. And Binance CEO Zhao Changping, is basically crowdsourcing Twitter responses for ways to trigger the next crypto bull run. So some of the things that they say is interesting, so I thought I'd just quickly just highlight the points which are interesting. Just go to the tweet very quickly. Right. Emin Gan Cyril said this assets are volatile. Anyone who utters the phrase store value is not to be trusted. And he went on to, just list down, the top tokens and top coins, that basically all of them lost over 90% of value, except Bitcoin that lost, 83% since its peak. Yes. And but the response from Digor I thought is very interesting because it really depends on the time frame you want to store value, right? And he went on to say, fiat money is designed to be stable in the short term, sacrificing long-term value preservation, right? Just look at places like Venezuela, where inflation is like, expected to reach 1,000%, this year. Scarce money, which means gold and Bitcoin, is designed to preserve long-term value, sacrificing stability in the short term, right? And plus, right, the view is really that Bitcoin is in early stage. That's why it's very, very volatile now. But over the longer term, it will not be as volatile anymore on a daily basis, So that's interesting. Then next, let's look at what the Binance CEO Zhao said. Right? He basically had a Twitter tweet that asked people, "What do you think will be the trigger of the next bull run?" He said he get him asked this question often, and honestly, I don't know the answer other than keep building his offerings to basically keep the adoption up, right? And some of it, the one response which is very interesting, is from Lawrence Digital at Digital Lawrence. Basically, he said three things. One is really the usage and adoption for a more widespread, usage by normal people, right? Global secondary payment layer and normal people, that's what they call it, normies. Normal people, normies, invest via ETF and their IRAs, from their pension funds, right? And protocol cryptos produce products and decentralized apps that normal people will use on a daily basis and mainly via Apple Store, right? Bad scam projects need to be bleed out. And of course, right, Zhao responded by saying, yes, he agreed mainly. Bad scam projects have already been taken care of in this bear run, right? Well, bulk of it. Number two, he says interesting. And for number one, he fully agrees. So definitely, a lot of the smart people still think that ETF is very important, right? And we're not sure whether it will happen next year, but definitely it's going to be happening soon in the next few years to come, right? But yeah, that this is very interesting to show. Next up, right, on the point of adoption, KFC Venezuela again accepts Dash cryptocurrency, joining Subway and Papa John's. What this is basically they in Venezuela, actually a lot of the merchants are, every now and then we hear news of these merchants accepting cryptocurrencies, right? Some of it's Bitcoin, some of it's multiple coins, right? Their Walmart equivalent, which is a big thing, because supermarket is really one place where everyone goes, for their daily shopping. They are, one of the first, I think a few weeks ago, they are the, came out in the news that actually they are the one who accept multiple cryptocurrencies. And now you have, food outlets and actually daily places, very affordable food outlets that people go to, like KFC, Subway, and Papa John's. They now accept cryptocurrency as well, right? Which is like Dash. The reason that they prefer Dash is said here is because few things. One is the transaction time, because they is able to be completed in 10 minutes. No, so Bitcoin takes 10 minutes, whereas Dash takes 2.5 minutes, right, on average. That's why merchants generally prefer something faster, right? While Bitcoin is going to work on its solution now, but meanwhile, right, basically I think the significance of it is basically the significance is because, right, it is significance is because they accept cryptocurrencies and people are okay to use, right? In fact, in Venezuela, they now use cryptocurrencies as a point of savings, right, rather than the fiat money. Yeah. And of course, one thing why Dash is more popular is so because there's a technology they allow just SMS-based cryptocurrency transaction service, that via just text SMS service. Rather than, because a lot of the people, 60% of the population don't own a smartphone and have limited internet connectivity. So hence, right, Dash is probably much more popular in Venezuela. Yeah. Next up, again, something along the adoption line as well. So Gazprom Bank in Russia is announcing the launch of cryptocurrency service for institutions by mid-2019. Yeah. So yeah, this is basically again very clear. Now, if they have come up with, the US already have heard, a lot of the big banks, Nomura, TD Ameritrade, right? Goldman, they are already looking at crypto services for the institutions, Russia as well, and now they have come out very definite timeline that by mid-2019 they already will have this in place for institutions. So this really ties in with the next news, right? That basically saying here. Yeah, institutional money will really finally flow into crypto in 2019. So that's the other thing. This is by a tech investment bank, GP Buhao, who come up, who developing 10 predictions for 2019, and he basically sees that next year will really be the year that institutions will come in because there's really a lot of demand, and now regulations are much more clearer. Yeah. So this is much more in place, and that makes sense actually because crypto is in such a bear market, winter market now, bear market now. The prices are so low that it makes sense for them to actually, accumulate their positions now. Next up, the Bitcoin price prediction gone wrong. 1 million option calls to be purged, right? So basically 1 year ago, Block Tower Capital is basically an investment firm focusing on crypto. They basically have invested in $1 million worth of options contract on LeisureX, a CFTC regulated crypto platform that will reportedly fork out $29 million to Block Tower if BTC hit 50,000 by year end of 2018. In other words, if Bitcoin somehow manages to hold above 50,000 on December 28th, Block Tower will see a 30-fold profit fly its way. Well, Block Tower. Yes. Now, but the problem is looking at the current price, right? Look like it's going to, just vaporize, right? This contract will be just expire without. But who knows, right? Who knows? We still have 3 weeks to go, maybe, right? But I think what is interesting is that the partner in the crypto-focused investment firm, basically Block Tower, speaking with CNBC Fast Money segment, Michael Buchela, right? He basically did his best to break down the current state of the Bitcoin market and what is in its short to midterm scopes, right? Basically, he now also note what is his background. He is a former executive at Goldman Sachs Canada branch. That means he's probably still have connection with people who are in the elites. It's very interesting that on his insights drew attention to his theory regarding the interplay between strong hands and weak hands, the two overarching types of cryptocurrency investors. Yeah. Block Tower partner noted that while it would be inaccurate to assume that weak hands, also known as speculators, are liquidating their holdings to diehards which are strong hands, the latter group isn't rushing to on-ramp free capital. Yeah. He explained that crypto's recent liquidity dry spell, along with the market volatility, can be chalked up to the hesitance from strong hands to buy Bitcoin. Why should they buy Bitcoin, right? They really don't want the prices to go up. They will, they can use a lot of, over-the-counter market to actually not show their transactions. But these people, and the rich are definitely accumulating. That we know, from so many multi-sources now. Although this statement may seem bearish and in and of itself, Buchela added that crypto's near year-long distress cycle is presumably coming to its culmination, echoing analysts' cries that the bottom is almost in. Yes, and basically he foresee that when BTC finds a floor, whether it's 3,000 or 2,000 or otherwise, opportunity to score the asset low prices will be rather scant. And in the end, the block tower partner explained the smartest money continues to foray into this industry, whether it be the endowments of MIT, University, Harvard, Stanford, or the countless institutional players that have overly expressed interest into purchasing cryptocurrencies. Keeping this thought process in mind, Bushra noted that even purchasing BTC at current prices could be a bargain bin deal, especially from a multi-year perspective. That's actually what we have been, basically my personal opinion as well, that it's true, a lot of the rich people, the smart people, right, articles are appearing so positive in Forbes, saying it's the trade of the decade to invest in a basket of cryptocurrencies with the major holdings of Bitcoin, right? And who are they targeting? They're really targeting the billionaires and above, right? And again, you have executive from Goldman Sachs coming out to say these things as well, right? Similar train of thoughts that basically, you know, um, is institutions are buying, smartest people are putting money into this, right? And come up to CNBC and say this, right? Despite losing that 1 million options contract, yes, but yeah, the news, basically the news is the headlines are very negative, but the underlying message, underlying currents are all very positive. And again, this is again related to institutions, right? Similar to Gazprom Bank in Russia, Binance are already, going to launch another features for institutional investors called subsidiary accounts, right? Basically, this allows the master account to have better control over a few accounts. And of course, when you have a subsidiary account, sub accounts, you can you can basically delegate some of the rights to the people under you, right? So because it's not just an retail investor, one person having all the power and one person doing everything. This is institutions, right? So the boss is basically just giving instructions and the people under them will execute. So they need a few accounts and they need just to delegate the rights. But of course, the master account has the right to cancel all orders in all these sub accounts, right? And specifically, he went on to say, right, basically I read, this is the part where it says the reason that they're going on to launch this is because there are basically a lot of demand. Binance revealed that multiple requests put forward by Binance users prompted the exchange to introduce this feature. Yeah. So again, what does it mean, right? We talk about this. Right, okay, this is another one. Price alone is a deceptive metric. And this is focusing on Ethereum, which I thought it would be interesting to just, switch over from the biggest Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin, I think we talk a lot already about people mentioning a lot of Bitcoin. But now Ethereum, similarly, also we're seeing a lot of actions, but again, under the current, right? Basically, it's not in the main news, yeah? So what is interesting? Okay, Ethereum has dropped from its all-time high of 1,417 in mid-January to its current value of just 92. It's basically more than 90% drop, right? 93% drop. Yes, but if you look at the other metrics, right, this is really amazing, yeah. The overall number of transactions processed on the network, right, is increasing. Like it's 240 million in June. Number of transactions now stands at 353 million. That's 50% rise in in less than 6 months, right? And what else in March 2018? Yeah. Also in the wallet addresses, that means people who are then going into Ethereum, they also increase from 30 million addresses recorded in the end of last year, grew to almost 49 million. Yeah, that is 4 or 5 times, right, increase in just the wallet. That means people going into it. And of course, the number of Ethereum smart contracts reached 1 million in October and continued to rise, hitting 1.5 million mark in November. Calls to smart contracts have been consistent at 1.2 million per day. Yeah. So yes, what else? There's also talking about interest in learning how to use Solidity, which is their Ethereum's coding language, has also blossomed, right? That means, what does it mean? That means more people are interested in learning, to basically have more projects, have more decentralized applications on top of the Ethereum platform. That means it's here to stay, although this, it is very quiet, but things are happening. Yeah. Community engagement as well, because the Reddit Ethereum community more than doubled its users from 176,000 in early last year, right, to 418,000 in December this year. Yes, so you see, basically transactions are increasing, people are more interested in learning their language, right? Wallets are increasing 4-5 times, right? And of course, community engagement continues to be very strong. So all this is basically, if you look at the price, it's just amazing why are people not responding to this kind of news. But again, like what Buccello was saying from Block Tower, he basically saying, yeah, the weak hands and strong hands analogy is really, really interesting. And I thought that is just perfect to sum up, the game, right? And of course, lastly, just people out there, please, 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 be careful, because you are really dealing with a new technology that really, the cybersecurity is very important. Password is there, and you really need to back it up. If you lost it, that's it, right? You don't have a password, you don't have the crypto. That's really it, yeah. And this is exactly what's experienced by a Turkish investor who lost 170,000 worth of Bitcoin. That is at today's prices, right? And it's really just a human error because he didn't back up, right? Despite, I'm sure he know it, but I guess he just thought he can remember and doesn't do the backup. Yeah, his name is Karam Albayrak. Right? For those who have crypto without proper backup, a huge loss maybe. Yeah, and basically how he do is because he lost his wallet information while trying to exchange a wallet computer at a store where he initially bought a computer to get a smaller one. Being in a hurry, he forgot to safely save his wallet information or even copy it out. By the time he realized the computer had been formatted and every information lost. So, my wallet was newly transferred on a blockchain wallet created on iMac after I had an incident with an offline wallet and got scared. I used an auto-generate password by Apple with no iCloud to back up the keychain. When I created the password, I took a screenshot on iMac of the recovery phase, which is also now gone. So basically, he keep all the information on his Apple, on the Mac computer only, right? And everything is gone. Yes, although he took a photo, but again, everything is kept inside his one place. Yeah. This is exactly why centralization is not good, right? And again, yeah, safety, security is really more important, right? I mean, if you have so much assets, it's really best to just take the time, be careful, right? Stay calm. That's really it, yeah. And not this. How should I say? I mean, I don't want to say the word stupid mistake, but it's really, it's a very silly mistake that, just a bit more care and caution can really prevent this kind of mistake. So, but anyway, hopefully this is a blessing to other people, right, who are more careless and who really are just more carefree. This is really a good reminder to everyone out there, so to let's just learn from his mistake, right? So let this be a blessing to other people. Everyone out there, carefree or not, hopefully just check, make sure you have backed up your passwords, not just in cryptocurrencies, right? It's really in every other important applications you have as well, right? And yeah, so it's not a joke. You don't realize shit happens until it happens. And don't be that guy in my position. Please copy your backup code and secure your wallet. It's not a good feeling. It's not even about losing 170K. It's about losing a wallet, which with that much money in Bitcoin, it's there, but you cannot use it. When I start seeing the price go up, is when it's going to piss me off. Yes, especially if it goes up to much, much higher prices. That, yeah, I don't know what he would do. But yes, hopefully, this, again, this is an expensive lesson, yes, but hopefully he also learns his lesson for future. And let's just let this be just a lesson for all of us. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much today for watching, and hope you have a great day, and see you tomorrow. And if you like this episode, please leave a like, and yes, see you tomorrow. Live with high energy, live with passion. Thank you.